Hi guys, today we will learn about array reduce functions. Okay, so there are many functions on array, which is I love JavaScript language, and the reason I am making this video today is when I was doing lead code, hacker rank, or other websites to improve my coding skills or to participate in competitions. Often I used to see like my peers and other people used to use the inbuilt functions, and that gives them a leverage, and they were able to do coding faster than me. So I want to help other people in this journey because right now the market is saturated, and the second guy we see, they are already ahead of us like 400 or 1000 or 800 lead code solutions. It is overwhelming for a beginner or a guy who wants to start this journey. So I want to make it simple and do a step by step guide so that you guys play around, do like simple questions, and then we will go back to the higher level. So let's get started. I have prepared some PPT for this array dot reduce function, and it has some information that will be helpful for you. So feel free to pause the video and understand. Maybe write it on a piece of paper or take a screenshot if you feel like that will help you. Write it on a notebook or prepare a journal or something, because different people like assimilate knowledge differently. So let's get started. So today, what I will be explaining is the introduction to array.reduce, the syntax and the parameter, some examples and use cases, common mistakes like done by some developers, and tips and best practices. Okay, so on the introduction, so guys, I know the PPT quality is not that great, and on subsequent videos I'll try to improve, so sorry for that. Okay, so introduction to array.reduce. What is reduce? Like, don't first of all get misleaded. Dot reduce. Okay, so this is just like terminology. I used it like this fashion. So what is array.reduce? So reduce is a method that executes a reduce function on each element of an array, resulting in a single output. Okay, so I wanted to add an image, but it is not there. Uh, but that's okay. So in layman terms, what is an array? Array is a kind of a collection of elements. So that's how in JavaScript, mostly, uh, like it can be array of numbers, it can be array of objects, it can be array of functions also. So we will see. So mostly what happens is the operations which require, like, we compute on an array, and in the end give an output in a single value format, then that's the place mostly we use reduce that time. Okay, it reduces the array to a single value. That's one of the operations like we use here. Okay, now, like, why it is important and to learn, we will like uh, go ahead and we'll see how to solve this. Okay, syntax. So this will be your array name. Okay, and this is the function name, inbuilt function name. Then you will have a callback function. Mostly like we use arrow functions, so we won't be writing the function name here. Accumulator, this is a kind of a variable which we define, but the reason I am writing it here, so like you can see, callback is also a function to execute on each element. So it will be a collection here. Dot reduce is the function, and this callback function will be executing again on each element. Okay, accumulator is the callback return values. Okay, this is a kind of a variable, like for each element or each sequence of transaction, it will return a value. So this is a kind of a variable we use. Current value is the current element in an array, like which is being used. Index is already the position. Okay, and array is the main like array which the user sends as an input. Initial value, like which we want to initialize the accumulator with. Always uh, this is very important, like most of the in my scenarios when I was using it. So when I don't use any initial value, I was getting some gibberish like results and all. But like with steps, I saw like if I give an initial value, it helps me a lot to get the desired input. Okay. Now what we will do is I'll code some of the examples and even showcase the syntax. So we'll move to the next slides. Some examples which I will be like coding in front of you is sum of numbers, product of numbers, flattening of an array, counting occurrences, like some advanced of use cases is grouping by property, composing functions. So we see a pattern here. Okay, I know some of my audience won't be having their English as the first language, and apologies for that, but I just want to pass on this message to you guys. Even by seeing and reducing the speed on the YouTube, you will be gaining a lot. Okay, common mistakes and like tips and best practices will come in a bit. Okay, now what I will do is I'll just switch to VS Code here. Okay, I have created a new folder, YouTube and array. Here I'll just create a new file which is like reduce array. Okay, .js. Okay, now this is created a placeholder for this. Let me clean a bit. I'll just like bring the focus here and will brighten the screen little bit more. Hopefully you will be able to see. Now, like as I said, like reduce function is one of the most powerful like array methods in JavaScript. So it allows us to accumulate a single result from an array of values. Okay, first let me show you the syntax. Okay, here I'm writing it. Simple example I'll start. Okay, const array. Okay, let me give like 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, now this is one array I created. Now let me create a const result. Const means a constant value. Okay, you can check the variables from the Mozilla JavaScript docs. Here you will get a lot. Okay, array.reduce. Okay, now what I am using is array. This is my variable which is holding a collection, and this is an array format. I am using syntax here, reduce. See, it's already sending me previous value number, current value number, and current index number array and all. Okay, it's already giving me what is written in depth. Okay, you can see already it's giving me, but we will go ahead and try. Now here I will say accumulator comma current value. Okay, other values like you must be thinking like why I am not adding. Those are optional, but for some examples I'll try to add. Now here what I'm doing is I'm using arrow function. This is the callback function. It is taking two arguments. One is the accumulator and one is the current value from this array. Okay, and this curly braces is telling like this is the function which will compute on each value. Okay, now here I am doing just one line of code like accumulator plus current value. Okay, so I know like it is a very basic and simple question, but please bear with me and try to understand. Now what it will do is 1 2 3 4 5. So any person knows the solution of it, like you can do n bracket n plus 1 it came navigator n slash array. So it's a shortcut method is n bracket n plus 1 by 2. So it is 4 into 5 like 10. 10 will be the answer. How? 6 like 2 plus 3 3 6 4 10. Okay, now let's see how it will show. I'm just printing the answer here. Let's see. Okay, now you see the answer came as 10 and we were correct. So the basic for the reduce function we were able to do it. Okay, now I will try to explain the callback function. This callback function, like many people be understanding like what is this and all. Let me just comment this code. Okay, and we'll explain. Okay, by this only let me just copy here some of the values. Okay, okay, I'll take some help from here only and will change. Okay, Now what I will do is I will just pass here like console.log. Okay, console.log. It is one of the very easy ways to type in JavaScript and in intermittent understand what is happening and what is not. So earlier what I used accumulator current value, and now I will be using index and array itself. Okay, complete. So this is the complete syntax here. What I will do is I will use this special quotes here that will help me to show you like what is needed and what is not. Okay, I will type here index. Okay, and here now I will put dollar sign here and I'll use curly braces. I will write here index. Okay, so what it I'm trying to showcase, like for each value what is going cooking up inside this function. Okay, same way I'm just adding current value. Okay, so you must be getting it. Oh, like if any new functionality comes, or like you are not aware like how to use or forgets about this, you can use this snippet and save it in yours. So it will help like to regain your logic. Okay, I will just add here accumulator. Okay, now what it will do is it will just like type for each iteration, and you will also know how many times our logic ran. Ideally 1 2 3 4 4 times it will run, and it will print this and it will return. So this time what I will do is I'll just try to run this code. Hopefully like it will output also. One second, let me do it here. See, output we know. Let me clear my screen. Okay, now let's see if it works. Okay, you see index 0, like in computer language always the first position starts from 0, like current value 0, accumulator is 0. So because initial value we added here, now index 1, current value 2, and accumulator was taking the previous value, like that, and the answer came. Hopefully like this like code snippet will help you to understand the callback function. Okay, now what we will do is as per our slides. Okay, sum of numbers, product of numbers, we will just see. I know this is very basic and easy, but every big journey starts with a small step, guys. So let me just clean a bit, okay, our screen, and we'll clear this output also. Let me just type here more. Okay, now let me just write, okay, numbers. I'm creating a new array. Okay, 10 20. I'm using simple numbers, but many complex logics can be built on this based on the input parameter how you are sending. So this is sum, like I want to sum numbers dot reduce. Okay, now what again, ACC. It's not like always you have to give something like that, you can give your variables. So beauty of arrow functions is like if there is only one one line, then you don't need to create an parenthesis and all. Okay, now I will just add 0 here. This is just one liner, small, very small. Okay, you can do it however you want. Now who will tell me what is the answer of it? You can add it in the comment, but for the safer side I'll tell you what is the answer. Like 60 100 will be the answer. Okay, let's see. You see like how fast it happens, like very small times. Now what I'll do is I'll create now what product of numbers. Okay, I'll just copy this and comment this. Okay, now numbers product, what I will do is 1 2 3 4 array, sorry, 1 2 3 comma 4. Okay, now same like reduce ACC, instead of plus I will use this, and 0 if I use it will give me 0 result, so I don't want that. Instead of sum I'll use product. Okay, just to give meaningful variables. Okay, now what should be the answer? Like 3 2 6 4 24. Okay, answer should be 24. You see, like 24 this came. So sum of a numbers in an array, one liner, product of numbers in an array, one liner. Now comes a very beautiful question like flattening of an array. I'll explain this beauty now. Okay, so suppose there is a nested array, like any question comes. Let me copy this again, comment out. So there is array inside an array. I told you na, these elements can be anything. It can be numbers. Now first time it is a different coming. Like take some time, like pause this video and see like what is happening actually here. Okay, 5 comma 6. So what is happening, this is each element is in itself an array. Okay, and if a question comes like you have to flat this. Okay, so how will we do it? Okay, so same thing, this is a number, this is a this so I'll just give flat array. Okay, this method and this. Okay, we will not use this because it's already dot. We will use what, concat. Okay, I know from where this function comes and all. You can like google it. Actually you can use like array concat uh, in JavaScript. Okay, and use Mozilla docs mdm. So this is like a kind of a function. As you can see, it's used to concatenate like one array with the other. Like this is the syntax, but I leave you guys because we all know like how to do it. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am just using concat, and this bracket will be the num you can give, or I'll give here val. Okay, it will be more meaningful, like value, and I'll close this. Okay, and like it, I'll give an empty array. Now what it is doing, it's creating a new array. I'll print both the arrays. Okay, for you, it's not tampering with the previous one, as you can see. Okay, so I hope you guys are able to understand. Let me clear this output, and this is the flattening of an array. Okay, let's see. You see like the new one, it's 1 2 3 4 5 and 1 2 3 4. I can comment this also. Very beautiful question, very small and very beautiful. Oh, it's giving me error because I didn't save. I'll do it now. Let me clear the output. Okay, and see, it's working now. Okay, so that's how, like counting occurrences also. Suppose you are given an array and more values are getting repeated and all, so you want to know the count. Okay, you can do that, those kind of things. Okay, let me just copy this again and will comment out. Okay, now what I will do is I'll create some array for you, like single quotes. Okay, comma, let me just copy paste and just create some records for you. Okay, comma, okay, a second. Okay, let me write apple here. Okay, I'm just creating the input random. Okay, you guys can play also in this. Okay, so I am just writing duplicate values. Okay, so suppose you have an array and the question comes like they need a count of each element. Now how will you do it? So what you will do it, you will create a map of this value, and map is a key value collection. Okay, in most of the languages. So you key can be this one and count can be the value. Okay, so same thing we will do. Okay, now I will do, instead of numbers I will use fruits. Okay, and here I will write count. Okay, count here. So this will throw error because I have to make some changes. Correct, reduce, and I'll give fruit. You can give any name, like it's up to us, but it's recommended to give a meaningful. Since it's not a one liner, I'll create a function. Okay, so is accumulator here, and what I'm writing is fruit. Okay, so what is doing is this is a map of key value. Okay, and here acc is equals to fruit. I'll just write first and will explain. Okay, this is a kind of an object, I know. So what we are doing is here, let me see. So this is a array, apple banana orange, apple orange banana, apple apple. Okay, we know apple how many times, 1 2 3 4, but we want the output. Suppose your input was too large to calculate in a human fashion way, then it would have consumed most of your time, and that's where these functions come into the picture. We are like talking on a small set, but when this input becomes a humongous, then really the power of this comes into the picture. Okay, so what we are doing is same thing, functions reduce accumulator fruit. Okay, each element here, it's kind of a map, it's a kind of, you can say, object at least. Okay, an object here, it's a kind of a key value pair, and in a minute we will see how it will do. So what it is doing is fruit, it will take apple and it will take fruit apple or 1 0. Okay, plus 1. If it is not present, like it is a blank object, it's checking. If it is not, it will be null, and it's a or operator, so it will take 0 and it will add 1 to it. Okay, if next time if this value comes, this value will come, meaning like apple was already there, then 1, it will not take 0 for 1, it will take this value and it will add it to it. Okay, let me run this command and you can see. Okay, anything I'm missing? No. Okay, let me clear this, let's see. So you see, it's an object, but in other languages I see it's as a key value pair, apple 4 times, banana 2 times, orange 2 times, and that's how you can print the values. Okay, okay, yeah, this is the count of occurrences. Now you can play with, like, try playground, like there are many playgrounds. You can use mozilla also, like here you can run, I try to run in my code, at least I'll get like real time, and like it's helpful, I can save this records, this file for me, so that's why. Okay, now we will go like little advanced way. Okay, like I see I already wrote it here, like grouping by property. When I say grouping by property, now comes the array which is in object formats. Okay, I told you. Okay, now let me just create some kind of a array of object for you, any like random here. Let me create, this is an empty object. Okay, this is an empty object. You can write an object in whatever fashion you want. I'll just create a name here. Okay, name, I'll write here Alice. Okay, comma age equals 21. Okay, this is something I just created randomly. I'll just type here. Okay, I did a mistake. Okay, now I give Bob, I write some here Charles. Okay, I'll change some age to 21. Okay, now this is not a fruit, first of all, this is people. Okay, it's denoting and depicting people here. Okay, now group by age. Okay, now as by this variable name meaningful, now you understood. Okay, we will be grouping the people's like by their age. Now the output will be again an object, so the like key value can be the age and the values can be the objects list. Okay, list. Okay, now it will be again one output. Okay, group by, then I will add here. Definitely this will not work here, and we will have to optimize our solution here. So I'll just like delete everything here. Okay, and I will just write it here, if condition, if like acc dot not fruit, I will write person. Okay, acc dot person like this dot age here, because key is, if it is not present, okay, not present, then what will we do it, we will create an empty array for that. Acc person dot age is equals to this. Okay, first time it will create. Okay, and once it has created an empty array for that age, I will push on that. I will just copy this. Okay, because this occurrence happened already once, and that's why we created. So push person, this is complete. Okay, now I know this is little like challenging for you. Just write console.log every time you don't understand what value is going inside which variable. Just write console.log because most of the times I use the same way. Group by age. Now, as per you, pause this video and try to imagine, like do a mind mapping and understand what will be the output of this. Like in your mind, just try to visualize. That will help you a lot. Okay, so let's see. I'll run the code. Oh, I did a mistake. 1 second. Instead of fruits, I'll add here people. Okay, let me just run this now. Okay, see, we did group by age. This is one advanced, so it's one value reduced to one value, an array of objects, and it's having only one object. Now it is having name value pair. 20th age is one, and that is Bob. Okay, and it's an array one element. Now 21 we have an array, and you see like name, Alice, age, Charles, like this. Very good example, like for your future and solving or other things. Okay, now in the end, composing functions, like this is a little good and like advanced topic. So but bear with me, I know there are many seniors also, they will think it's not advanced, but I'll try to explain from my point of view. Okay, now I told you, we can create an array of functions also. So here is the place we will do it. Okay, now I will create some functions. Okay, so second, let me just clear it here. So const add. Again, I am using a lot of arrow functions. People might feel overwhelming, but I'll create arrow functions video in case you guys want me to do it, or if you are clear and don't want it, you can use Mozilla like that documents. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just creating simple functions like add, multiply, const and subtract. Okay, same thing. This what I'm writing, if you use it like understand by heart, you will feel the power of these in JavaScript, and mostly you will ask for JavaScript in the other websites. See what I'm trying to do. Oh, my bad. Okay, this is an array of functions, imagine, and function definition is already being done. Now what I'll do is const result. Okay, not like this. Okay, now what I will do is reduce. Okay, reduce, and I'll again use the same ACC, and I will write what operation. See, meaningful names you give, it will be very easy for you and your team to understand. Okay, I know I just wrote like a function here. We can write an arrow like reduce, like that. Okay, so let me just type it here for. Okay, so 1 second, I'll just make it OPERA operation. PERA operation, and I will add ACC comma 2 and comma 5. Hope you try to understand this. Okay, now console.log. What will be the result? I'll tell you how it will compute. Okay, so first of all the operation will come, and first is the add will take like accumulator initial value is 5 because I have posted it 5, so it will do 5 plus 2, which is 7. Okay, now what will happen next time operation is multiply, so always 2 into 2. Okay, array into 2. Okay, now again this will be the input. Okay, and last will be subtract and minus 2. So what will be the answer? 5 6 7 2 is 14, so it will be first second 5 6 7 7 2 is 14. Okay, 14 and minus 2. 1 second, I am also getting confused, just 1 second. I am also confused, like let's see how the output will come. So it is correct only. 5 6 7 to the 14 minus 2 12 it will come. Correct. Correct. Okay. So this was a little advanced. You can do like multiple operations like on the same. Okay. So coming back to the slides, common mistakes: forgetting to provide an initial value. Sometimes like most of them I've taken, this is taking an undefined. If you try to add something undefined or null, it creates an error. Okay. Modifying the accumulator directly instead of returning a new value. Okay. So what we do is, inside this people write the function but they forget to return. So this is one value. Don't get misleaded, guys. If I write curly braces, I will have to add a return. Otherwise, this accumulator will not like accumulate, which is supposed to do it. Okay. So not understanding how reduce works with empty arrays. So this is like very common mistakes and pits and falls which I have come across. There might be others, but this is what I have encountered earlier. Okay. Now tips: always provide the initial value and avoid unexpected behavior, especially with empty arrays. Okay. Keep your callback function pure, meaning like make it reduced to one liner most of the times, and if not, just don't forget to return, like if it is more than one value and you have to use curly braces. Okay. Use descriptive variables for the accumulator and current value, like in between, as you can see the comments, I'm using person, sometimes using fruit, sometimes using numbers, sometimes like that, so that your teammates and other folks are also understanding what this variable means before even you are telling them. Okay. So that's all, guys. I hope like reduce function has helped you in some ways or the another. Please pause or take a screenshot or use some like online tools if you want this code snippet. It will like be very helpful. Okay. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.